Hi, Year 11s. I just thought I'd make this little video to tell you about the final page. So when I'm away, you can keep watching it back for the instructions. So pretty much your final page, it just needs to be one page and it's just a summary of your building. So there shouldn't really be any sort of new information. It's just a summary of all the decisions you've made and come to and what that's resulted in. Yeah, it shouldn't take too much time. It should be pretty simple. The main stuff for getting the good grades lies in sort of extending ideas. So that stage is really important. The final page is just sort of a summary. Cool. So, what's the purpose of a final page? To show a nice final view of your building, to tell me how it connects to Mahinga Kai and your architect, to show me some aesthetic and functional features. Yeah, so these are sort of some good points for the second 2 points. So Mahinga Kai and your architect, that link, and the aesthetic and function features. They're quite sort of up to you, sort of what you want to choose to highlight there. A nice final view of your building is just a good summary at the end. So what could you have on a final page? A main sketch of your building, floor plan sketch, a little bit of info telling me sort of about the sort of shapes and principles and stories you've told about Mahinga Kai and your architect. Some aesthetic features, so this looks cool, this is why it looks like this is why it looks like that, and then some function features, so how it works. So that can be like, maybe you look at materials, maybe you look at I don't know, a safety feature. Maybe you look at the windows and how they bring in lots of light, that sort of thing. So function, how it works. So it's sort of up to you what you want to pick. And like I said, it doesn't have to be super complex or anything. Um, some important notes. Your final page is just a summary. It should be neat, but it should be quick. Yeah, this isn't the main part of the project. The main parts of your project are sort of concept and especially extending ideas. This is just a polish off at the end. You should have done all the hard thinking, so this should just be a recap, remember? And it's just a nice time to show the final building. So here's sort of an idea of one I made up real quick. So that big drawing at the bottom, you'd sort of do the drawing by hand or something. But I've done mine on my iPad. And then I've got a little bit of information up the top left about how it relates to my inspirations, and then a little bit of info about the materials. I could probably say a little bit more about that, and then just a brief floor plan and a sort of another link to an aesthetic feature down the bottom. Another option is you don't even need all that stuff. You could just have a final design like that and just sort of have a bit of writing telling me about it. Like I said, this is just a summary and shouldn't take too long. I hope that all makes sense. Up to you what to pick and choose. As you can see, here's sort of a couple of options, but up to you how you want to show your final thing. Pretty much it should be that you can give the final page to someone and that should be able to tell the story of your design. Yeah, they shouldn't need all your other pages for it to make sense. You should be able to give them this final page and they're like, oh, yeah, I get the building and I get where the inspiration came from and I get maybe a function and aesthetic feature. Cool, hope that makes sense. That's your final page, just a summary of your building.